Dart for Trice. That's Chase, and what a start for Cincinnati. And he has the throw ball for Saluba. Bijan Robinson, he's going to hit his first NFL touchdown. Gibbs out of the backfield right away. Oh, yeah, there's no question that he was grabbed. They got ridiculous. They got Gibbs one-on-one with Andrew Van Ginkel in space, and that was it.
And this is, again, it's man-to-man. It's one-on-one, and he's underneath. He loses his balance. Block Bowers is one of those guys that has a huge... And this is...
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Fat Boys Dynasty podcast. As you see, I'm flying solo today as Fat Boy Bo is down there getting a Fat Boy tan down in Florida, enjoying a little family vacation. I hope he's having a good time. I hope he doesn't come back all burnt and looking too red, as he's going to have to come at you guys next week with his sleepers. So I'm going to jump right into it today. Tonight and just talk about my three sleepers real fast. Just three guys to really keep your eye out. I kind of looked for guys going after or in or after the third round of most rookie drafts, as a lot of rookie drafts only go 3 rounds. These are also guys that could possibly make an impact right out of the gate and could be a steal in your redraft leagues as well. As you could just take them with your dart throw last round pick if you normally do that. I like to do that when I do redraft leagues, is I just throw that dart at the end for the very last one. So let's jump straight into it. I'm going to go with the guy that I really do like. He is a 3rd round draft pick ADP right now for rookie startup or rookie drafts, and that's Jarquez Hunter. I apologize if I butchered the name a little bit. Went to the Los Angeles Rams. He was a 4th round draft pick with 4th round capital. He sits behind Kyren Williams and Blake Corum right now in the pecking order. Kyren Williams is a free agent possibly after this year. If they don't re-sign him, he could be out the door. And then you're looking at Corum and Hunter as the guys coming up. So it's the guy to steal early or later in your drafts and hopefully maybe sit on him for a year. But he's a very explosive back with which both Williams and Corum both don't really bring to the table. This guy ran he averaged 6.3 yards per carry in college over his entire career there at Auburn. He ran a 4.44 say that a few times fast. And he's 5'9", 204 pounds. And he ranked 19th in missed tackles forced and 8th in rushes over 10 yards. Top 5 in both missed tackled rate and yards after contact. So he's a guy that's got good balance. He's explosive out of the backfield. Could possibly really turn this offense upside down a little bit. And you go from having a guy like Kyren Williams that we talked about last week and Blake Corum handling so many carries, 350, I think is what we said was Williams' touches last week. Hunter could easily pass up Corum. I know I talked about Corum being a deep dive last week, but yeah, another one is Hunter here with the Rams. He could possibly take over that backfield, so it's something to keep an eye on as we move forward. I talked about Kyren Williams being a bust last week, and he did see 350 touches. Sorry, I had to jump back to take a peek at some of the stats there. So yeah, this guy could easily take some of the load, and if his explosiveness shows and he's able to handle it, he could be seeing anywhere from 150 to 200 touches in his first year right out of the gate. Like I said, he's a 3rd round draft pick in most rookie drafts. So this is a guy to keep a look at. And then I'm going to go right into the next one. Excuse me. I don't have a whole lot about him. I talked about him earlier in this year. It was a tight end I really liked. That's Harold Fanning Jr. He went to Cleveland. He played for Bowling Green, tight end. He was a third-round draft pick. Third-round draft pick is what Cleveland spent on him. They do lack a lot of depth at the receiver, so you could see him run 2 tight end sets. Yes, I know Njoku's there. Njoku's very athletic. Njoku is also an unrestricted free agent after this season, and could be hitting the market quick, and then Fanning could step in the following year. He's very athletic. He's an explosive tight end. And he could carve out a pretty decent role right out of the gate for this passing game. I talked about how the Cleveland Browns could be playing from behind quite a bit this year, and that means there's a lot of passes up for grabs. He had 117 catches for 1,555 yards last season. 6'3", 241 pounds. So right out of the gate, don't know if he'll be a 3-down tight end on the field every single snap. This is a guy with his athleticism, his explosiveness, how big-bodied he is. He's a guy that could easily make waves pretty early in the season. I don't think he's going to be right out of the gate, plug and forget about it. But this is a guy that could easily turn some short catches and with plenty of yak yards, could definitely help this offense out with the explosion ability. So I know they have Judy and they have Tillman, they have Njoku. Well, Fanning also could find himself in that pecking order. I'm probably missing a few more names there in Cleveland. But this is a guy that could easily carve out a role and really add to that offense early in the season. With one of my last ones I'm going to talk about, this is where I'm going to reach deep in my bag, and this is a name to really keep an eye out. He was an undrafted free agent out of Nebraska, Isaiah Nayer. I was going to go with a few other names, but I wanted to get down deep into the bag. He's 23 years old. He went to San Francisco. He exploded and became the talk of the San Francisco 49ers mini camp or rookie camp. He's 6'4", 218 pounds, ran a 4.40, 38-inch vert. He's a big-bodied guy. He has great release off the line. He's got really good hands, really soft, reliable hands. He's willing to make those tough catches in traffic, and he's willing to go out there and put his body on the line to make those catches. And really, if you think about it, he's decent route runner. He's not the greatest route runner that we've seen. He is very decent, and he is very physical and willing to get out there and make those tough catches. And really, let's look at the pecking order right here. You have Brandon Ayuk, you have Jawan Jennings and Ricky Parcell that are going to probably be the top 3 out of the gate. Then after that, you're really in a crapshoot there in the San Francisco. You got Demarcus Robinson, you got Jacob Crowley, you got Russell Gage who signed there, and then it's kind of a crapshoot for that 4th wide receiver. And you've seen Ayuk be banged up. We've seen Parcells miss some time. Jawan Jennings hasn't always been the most reliable guy. So Nayer could easily carve out a role into that 4th wide receiver spot and really carve out or really get some time on the field, especially if he continues to impress this coaching staff. He did miss some time in college. He went, I think he only played 1 game in Texas before transferring to Nebraska. So his stats aren't the greatest to look at, but this guy is like I said, he was very touted during the rookie mini camp there. He's really talked about his great release, his hands, and everything else that he has. And this is a guy that could easily crawl up this order as they look for a true number 2. There's so many targets that are available with Debo leaving. He could be the number 2 target there. He could easily find his way just slowly climbing up the depth chart. And this is a guy that if your rookie draft is already done, I would probably take a peek at your waivers and see if he possibly is out there. Bury him down on your taxi and just see what happens. I mean, you think about it. We've seen this happen before with undrafted rookies or undrafted free agents as they come out and make noise and are able to move up the pecking order and make some noise in their first year. One of the names that comes to mind for me is Jacoby Myers there with New England a few years ago, and he's made a name. He's never been the top guy but he always seems to be very reliable for wherever he's been playing. And I think Nair could be very reliable for the San Francisco offense. I absolutely hate saying that, as I am a Seahawks fan, but Nair could carve out a decent little role and go over the middle. He's going to be an outside wideout, which will allow Ayuk to move around a little bit more and keep this offense spread out. So yeah, I got Hunter there with the Rams is a great guy to target in the third round. Fannin, if you're a tight end needy team, as a guy that could be, and then Nair is a guy that I'm looking to add in most of my leagues right after the draft. If not, if I have a very late pick that I don't like anybody else, I'm probably going to go ahead and grab him and just see where it lands. This is a guy that I really think could make this roster and may start as a special teams guy, and then by midseason we're going, wait, where'd this guy come from? As he's averaging, 10 to 15 fantasy points per game because he's finding the end zone. So this is a guy that you could be talking about later in the year. Those are my 3 sleepers that I have right off the rip for your rookies. I know me and Bo are going to come at you after the next couple of weeks as family time comes down. And after these 2 weeks, we're going to get back together. We're going to get you a nice fat boy sleeper episode. We're going to get you, ready with some more mock drafts. We're going to talk some redraft rankings. We're going to get into our rookie rankings. These fat boys are getting ready to roll. It is that time. It is time to get excited. Football is right around the corner. It's only a few months away, so all this buzz is coming out. That wraps it up for me. Short and sweet, talking about a few sleepers just to keep an eye on. But as always, stay hungry and stay fat, my friends.